Hey y'all, so no vlog today. I just wanted to chit chat about my journey moving to Ghana, what that was like, why it seems like I was all over the place in New York one minute, next minute I've disappeared, next minute I'm back in Ghana. It seems like I've been all over the place, but trust me, there's been a reason for everything. I just feel like this will be really helpful if you are looking forward to moving to Ghana or relocating anywhere really, and you feel like, it might not be a straight path. Like, it's okay. It's okay to do the back and forth until you're completely settled in. It's okay to feel completely ready before you stay as long as you need to in your new location. But before we get into that, check me out in my pink. October's for pink, and I'm just really proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone, because if you've been watching me, this is like I don't do the colors. I stick to black, monochrome, navy blue, like the dark colors, earthy tones. But since I've started my boo-boo business, it has really allowed me to experiment with colors more. And I never thought I'd be a pink girl, but look at me in my pink Rouge boo-boo. And we have more pink, of course. We have more pink. We have the neutral tones for my nude girls. We have green, because who doesn't look good in green? All right, so let's get into my story. So I'm going to start from life after college. So I taught middle school English straight out of college. And when I say straight out of college, I mean like I graduated May. I would say like June, I started training. By August, started teaching, and here I am, this young teacher. I think I was like 22 years old, and I'm making my first salary. It was only $50,000, which was like okay at the time, but to me it was like, I thought I was doing the thing, like, I'm making a salary. So I was actually investing most of my money into the house, because at that time Resh had already bought the land and we had already started building the house. So that's where most of my money was going. But I was okay because I had my little side hustle, which was doing hair. So that started back in college. I was like, let me try to see if I can braid my own hair, because I was a bit traumatized from that summer. I had booked this lady at the African braiding shops in Harlem. If you know, you know. I used to go to her all the time for my sew-ins, and I just decided that I wanted to do some box braids. So I booked her because I know that she braids. Well, she doesn't braid too tight, right? Because I'm trying to keep my edges and I want my hair intact still, right? So we agree on a day and a time. I get there. She starts playing games. She tells me that she's running late. I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll wait. So I'm waiting. Then I call her again, like, what's going on? She's like, oh, she's still running late. Her sisters can start on my hair. There were two other ladies in the shop, and I'm not gonna lie, I was I was very skeptical, because all right here, like, their edges was like gone. They started braiding my hair, and it's extremely tight, extremely heavy. Like, I'm complaining the whole appointment, like, it's too tight, it's too heavy. They're like, oh no, but it's not gonna last, trying to convince them. I was young at the time. I mean, you already know how it is when you're considered like a child, trying to talk to like the aunties or whatever. In African culture, they were like not respecting my wishes, not trying to listen to me, and basically trying to tell me that they need to do it how they're doing it so that it can last, right? So I'm like, okay, let me, I haven't gotten box braids in a while. Maybe maybe I'm just not used to the tension. I got home, I was like, absolutely not. Took it out that same night. So yeah, that was during the summer. And then while I was in college, I'm like, I'm super busy. I really need my hair just done so that I can just go. I was very active in college. I was doing internships, programs, clubs. I was the vice president of the African Student Association, campus activity board. Like, I was doing a lot. So I really needed a style that was just like easily manageable. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to do it. I did it. It wasn't the best set of box braids, but after doing it a couple of times, it was good enough for friends and then friends of friends to ask. And that's basically how I built my clientele. Started an Instagram, started posting, people started reaching out. It was great. So I did stop during COVID when everything was shutting down, because I'm like, first of all, who wants to get their hair done during this time? Like, these are crazy times, and it's not safe. It was just me and Rush at the house. It was just us two, but people were still reaching out. People still wanted their hair done. I feel like people wanted their hair done even more, which I kind of understand, because if you're locked in a house and you're looking, you know, not your best. You can't do your nails, you can't wax, you can't do your hair, you can't do nothing. You need something to be done so you can feel like yourself again. So I kind of understood, and eventually, like when things felt okay, I started taking clients little by little, taking as much precaution as I can, wearing a mask, sanitizing everything. I mean, I do that regardless, but the mask, when it comes to COVID, I don't know, I felt like it was just crazy times, because it's like, how do you know when you're really protecting yourself and when you're not? Like, a lot of things just didn't make any sense. But anyway, so we had always talked about moving to Ghana, and although I was down for it, I didn't really see the vision. I mean, I hadn't been to Ghana in years. Like, the last time I had been to Ghana was when I was 2. I came here when I was 2, and I left when I was 4. You know, that's what the like my parents and their generation did with a lot of their kids. They would send their kids to Ghana for a few years when they're toddlers, and then they come back. My sister also went when she was 3 and came back when she was 5, which was really good, because I feel like that's why I'm able to speak and understand Chi, but also like I had no recollection, no memory, nothing. But just the whole idea sounded good to me. Raising a family in a more peaceful environment, living in a big house, doing business, you know, in a place where there are lots of business opportunities. So one day, even though we have been discussing it, we didn't really have like a set day or even like a set year, I don't think. But one day Rush, he just seemed like he was so over it, and he came to me and he was like, I'm ready to move to Ghana. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Like, I support you. So we had that discussion, and I feel like when you have a pull to do something, you need to just go ahead and do it. I feel like that's the way to live, because if you're just like, you know, thinking you should do something and wondering and, you know, the what ifs, like that's not living. So even if, God forbid, living in Ghana did not work out for us, I would still be glad that, you know, we made this move, because you have to take action. Like, you got to take action. You can't just think or talk. So he moved, and I ended up moving into my own apartment. And as much as I was missing him, I was also like really happy to be building my business, building my clientele. I fell in love with doing hair. Like, it's so therapeutic to me. It's the one thing that I can do, and my mind is just like calm. Like, it's at peace. Like, I'm not overthinking. I'm not stressing. Like, I'm just really like in a peaceful zone, and just watching the style come together is so satisfying to me. And the best part, like, seeing how happy it makes my clients, and delivering a good service, you know, being gentle, and, you know, just really like making someone feel good. To me, it's not just hair, it's a part of your appearance, and I'm a firm believer that looking good is feeling good. And I'm also just very passionate about hair in general, textured hair, kinky hair especially, because I feel like it does not get the love and attention that it deserves. Not in the media, not in the real world, not when you go to salons. No patience, no gentleness, no love, no care. So that's one thing that I'm definitely going to be focused on when I open my salon. Proper detangling, proper blowouts. Just take your time with the hair. You have to treat the person's natural hair well before installing anything. So I'm in my own apartment, I'm taking clients, and I'm still teaching remotely, because remember, this is still COVID. So because we were teaching remotely, I was able to not only take clients on the weekends, but also take clients on the weekdays, like in the evenings after I'm done with work and I've done whatever else I need to do for work. So balancing the two was really working out for me, because I was just home all the time, either working or doing hair. And whenever I had the chance, I would go see Rush, or he would come see me. Like, we saw each other a lot throughout the year. But at some point, my school decided that they want everyone back in the building, students and teachers. And that was just, it was, I mean, like, navigating, trying to have a whole bunch of kids and adults in one building safely during COVID. It was a mess. It was a mess. I don't blame anybody for that. I think that was all very new to us, and we were just navigating it the best way we can. But it was just a lot of things that didn't make sense. Like, for example, the teachers went in first, and then we were teaching the kids through Zoom. All the kids came, and it's like all the kids came at once. We were trying to like keep their desks you know, separated, and it was like 30 kids in one class, but then there were the desks would be like in pairs. So I'm like, you're still sitting next to a child. And it's not like this one classroom is reserved for one class. Like, the kids are switching classes throughout the day. So yeah, it was just a lot of things that didn't make sense. A lot of stress that came with that. And then also, like, just, it just felt like we were moving on with life as if nothing happens, and we don't know what these kids done went through, and we done went through things ourselves during COVID. It was just a lot. It was just a lot. And then sometimes there would be a kid in one class that, caught COVID, so then the whole class would shut down and they would be remote, and then that would happen to another class, and then teachers would have to fill in for, this teacher that. It was just a lot. It was a lot. Now, I had already come to the realization that the pay was not matching the job responsibilities, no matter how much my salary went up. But COVID really did it for me. I was like, okay, now I'm really like stressed out. So I talked to Rush about potentially becoming a full-time hairstylist, and he encouraged it 100%. Rush believes in me more than I believe in myself. He's my number one fan. He sees things bigger for me than I see for myself. And when I say he's my number one fan, he'll literally pour up a glass of wine and sit there and watch my vlogs. He enjoys my vlogs like he's not with me all the time. But yes, he really made me feel like I can do it. He really made me feel secure in my decision, and also assured me that, if anything were to go wrong, that he got me. So I'm like, you know what, let me give it a go. Let me give it a go. I won't know unless I do it, right? So let me just try it. And fortunately for me, everything was going well. I was always booked and busy to the point where I was taking too many clients, okay? I didn't know when to rest. I'm just like, yes, come in, I'll do your hair, whatever hours, whatever, just working. I was not taking my rest seriously, and I started developing some pain in my wrists. And I've always known that with doing hair, you can't be a one-woman show forever, because it is a lot on the body. It's a lot on your hands, your wrists, your neck, your knees, your legs, your back. It's a lot on the body. As simple as it looks, it really does take a toll on you physically. Yeah, and the pain was really bad. I felt it, in my wrist at first, but then it was traveling to my hands, and then all the way to my neck. It was giving me a headache. And my biggest mistake is when I first felt it, I ignored it. I think I even went shopping that day, was holding heavy bags, and yeah, I just kept taking clients instead of taking that as a sign to take my rest seriously. But luckily, I had a flight booked for Ghana. I was going to see Rush, and I was supposed to stay for 3 weeks, but I ended up staying for 4 weeks because I knew that once I come back to New York, I would not be able to work anyways. So I slowly eased my way back in, and I took my rest very seriously. I was not playing, no squeeze-ins, no friends hitting me up last minute hey, Clara, can you do? Nope, you should have booked in advance. Sorry. I already got my schedule figured out, and the focus was saving as much as I could, because I was getting ready to officially move, officially relocate, pack up all my stuff and my lease, all that stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very hard to save while paying rent and traveling back and forth to Ghana, but I did my best. So by the time I officially moved, it was 2022, and we did not have much going on in Ghana, no jobs, no thriving businesses, no YouTube, nothing going on. And this was in October that I had officially moved. So I thought, why not go make some money in the summer? Because I know my clients would love to have me back. And this time I can actually save how I wanted to save, because I was going to be staying with my mom. Because, rent takes a huge chunk of your money. So I went back in 2023, and I worked in the summer. I stayed until fall, because honestly 2 months of working in the summer was not going to cut it for savings. And I'm glad I did that, because I was able to meet my goals. So when I came back, that's when I was like, okay, I've been gone for too long. I'm ready to really settle in Ghana, officially. I'm trying to look for a space for my salon, which, as you know, if you've seen my other videos, was not going too well. But then I get a call, I think it was around March or April. It was one of my good friends. She was getting married. I didn't even know she was getting married, but she asked me to be a bridesmaid, and I was like, of course. And this was one of my good friends, one of my close friends. And I was so happy for her. I'm like, it would be an honor. I would love to be there for you. So I talked about it with Rush, and he was okay with it. Then I'm like, might as well make some money, right? Why not? I might as well work. So initially I was gonna go for a month, because that would have gave me enough time to fulfill all my bridesmaids duty, planning, fittings, rehearsals, whatever. And I was like, if I'm gonna go for that long, I might as well make some money. I might as well make a little money, right? Why not? So I got my ticket, and I'm thinking that I'm going for a wedding and to make some money, make the best out of my trip. And I find out May 17th that I'm pregnant. So I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know. I already paid for my studio. Like I already started booking clients. Like I'm going to work. I'm about to go get this money. And it's so crazy because when I found out, I was 5 weeks and I didn't feel sick, but I had, some signs that made me wonder if I was. But as soon as I found out, like as soon as it was confirmed at the hospital, I started feeling sick. So I'm like, oh no. So thankfully I had a very smooth pregnancy. Like that sickness I was feeling wasn't even like a nauseated, throwing up, none of that. Like I just felt like a tight feeling in my stomach. And that went away like within a few weeks. And I just feel like it couldn't have happened at a more perfect time because Rush and I always knew that we wanted to have our own family, we wanted to have kids. But we would always like postpone, like, okay, no, not now. Let's do this first. But no, let's finish this. Let's get this done. And then, I feel like if this didn't happen this way, we would have kept postponing. And I've always known that I wanted to be a mother. Like I just felt it in my soul, my body, my bones, my blood. Like I just knew that I've always wanted to be a mother. No matter how much negative things I hear about motherhood and pregnancy, which is a lot, unfortunately. I watched my sister go through the most excruciating pain, sat right by her during her C-section, like literally right by her head. Had my nephew, who was a toddler at the time, for a few weeks in Ghana, and he put me to work. And I was still like, yeah, like I still want to be a mom. I still want to have my own kids. And I've always said that I want to be 27 when I start having kids. And guess what age I was when I found out I was pregnant? So I was actually glad to know that I was going to be in New York while I was pregnant, being around my close family and my close friends, because, I don't have that in Ghana. It's just me and Rush for the most part. Like I meet people here and there, but I'm talking about people that I actually want to be around during this special, beautiful, vulnerable time. And with your first pregnancy, you definitely want to surround yourself around that kind of love and support. And just knowing that the roads will be smoother, because it's not fun being bumped around when you're carrying a baby in your stomach. Just knowing that I'll have easier access to any and everything, that just made me feel a lot more comfortable. So I went back to New York in June. The wedding was in September. So I was working up until the wedding, and then right after the wedding, I was out. I was like, I'm done. I played my part. I worked. I feel great. I'm ready to go back to my husband. And not to toot my own horn, but I think the fact that I can leave for months and go back to work and my clients will still come back and they're asking for me to come back and wanting me to come back speaks volume to my work. And I can't wait to do that on a larger scale. Just to be clear, I did not have to work. Like I really did not have to work. I just wanted to. I wanted to stay active throughout my pregnancy as much as I could. And I was never sick, never threw up or anything like that. Like I mentioned before, did I have annoying symptoms like metallic taste in my mouth, feeling sleepy? I remember during my third trimester, I felt like a zombie for a few weeks, and then I would have insomnia at night, but even that went away. But yes, so I hope we're following. So I went back to work in June, July, August. The wedding was from the end of August to September. Then right after, I came back to Ghana to be with Rush. So then in October, like I think around the end of October, I had to go back to New York because at that time I was 7 months, and my GYN told me that, make sure you're back in New York because after 7 months, you're not supposed to be traveling. So yes, I went back in October and I got ready for our baby shower. The baby shower was in November. So Rush joins me in November for the baby shower, but then he had to go back because one of us has to work, okay? So he came back to Ghana to work, and then I was due in January. So he came back in December. Everything went so smoothly, and then he came back to Ghana in February. So I stayed back with his mom and his dad. So right after I gave birth, his mom came to the house shortly after that. I think it was it happened like a few days. She came and she started chefing it up, cooking all types. She was making me fufu. When I was pregnant, I love fufu. Fufu with some peanut soup. She made me some corned beef stew, the one you have with the yams, and I've been hooked since. Like I'm still making it to this day. He made jollof, of course, my favorite. My mom was coming to the house every morning before work. She had to be at work at 9. Okay, she would come to the house this is two train rides that she had to take to get to us, to come give baby girl a bath, the traditional West African Ghanaian bath, if you know, you know, before she would go to work. And that was just like the sweetest thing ever, because to take 2 trains in that freezing cold winter, it was cold. Climb up 5 flights of stairs to come get baby girl a bath. This is the kind of love and support I wanted to be around, and I would not have gotten that had I did my pregnancy and birth journey in Ghana, because I don't have close friends and family members. So as much as it was pricey, it was expensive, the traveling back and forth, I feel like it was definitely worth it, especially because like not only did we receive like so much love and support, we also got a lot of money and a lot of gifts, to the point where to this day, like, I still barely have to buy baby girl things, unless it's things that I just thought of, like, oh, she needs some new toys, oh, she's growing out of these shoes, or she's growing out of this, this set of clothes she needs, just little, like, we still have diapers, we still have wipes, so we got so many things. So as crazy and expensive as it sounds, it was definitely worth it to us. So fast forward to today, baby girl is now 10 months, and I think she's gonna love living in Ghana. Like, once she actually realizes the life that we set up for her, just the fact that, like, we know our neighbors, we talk to our neighbors, they have kids, so there are kids around, because that's not a thing in New York City, like knowing your neighbors, and just having like so much space to play, so much space for community. So if you made it this far, you get to hear some exciting news. So I finally found a space for my salon, and I'm mentioning it because I feel like it's safe to do so, because the space has been secured. We have started construction. It feels so real and so surreal at the same time, and I feel like everything is God's timing. When I had came in thinking, yeah, I'm about to find a space, I'm about to start a salon back in 2023, I didn't know much about Ghana. Like, I knew certain things, but I feel like now I have a better idea of the culture, how things work. And also, I've been going to salons myself and taking notes, like, okay, this is something that I would like to replicate, or okay, this is something that I would like to fix. I noticed that they're not doing this is something that I need to be doing. And also getting a better understanding of the work culture, what a good worker looks like, and what are some qualities that you need to make sure that you're looking for in a worker, so that you're hiring the right people. What are some things that may be red flags, how you need to present and act as a boss or a madam, or whatever you want to call it. But yes, I'm super excited about this project. I feel like for us women, self-care is our safe space. Like, I want to go into a salon and know that I'm going to be taken care of, no matter who I am, no matter how many followers I have, no matter what I'm looking like at the time. You shouldn't have any anxiety about your hair being mistreated, or any part of, like your nails, your feet, whatever, or even you yourself being mistreated. Like, it should feel like a safe space. So definitely stay tuned for more updates, because this is gonna be an exciting journey. I need y'all to engage in this video as much as possible, okay? I need a like, I need you to comment 3 times if you need to. Say what you gotta say, get it off your chest. Even if you're watching from your TV, leave me a comment, okay? Leave me an emoji, something. And of course, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.